This video is already a long one and it didn't really need me to make it any longer, but I put a talking bit on the end of it and I filmed it yesterday and I was in such a down, dark, low energy place. I left it on. I haven't taken it off, but I did put it at the end, so if you don't watch it, you don't have to watch it. But I thought I'd just film a little bit up front too. Not that I feel that much different today, but I just came in from outside cleaning my barn and that kind of energized me. I got away from the news for a little bit, but anyway, this is about a concert and a war. Crazy. Crazy to say those words, but it's even crazier to hear myself and other people on the news and in life in general actually using the words Third World War. But folks, we're living in a dark and crazy time. If you've never seen me before and you're still kind of wondering, who is she? Hey folks, I'm at my least favorite place to be. I am at JFK, waiting to get on my second only flight since COVID. The first flight I took was to fly home to visit my family in Minnesota. And the gigs that I've been doing have all been, fortunately, driving ones. So this one is LA. Can't drive it. I have not slept much because last night, just as I was gonna turn off the light, shut off the TV, Russia attacked Ukraine. Bombs started falling, missiles. So I, of course, was up quite a bit of the night watching that. Not a happy day. Not a happy day at all, and not the way I wanted to start a vlog. I splurged and bought myself a business class seat on American, which is pretty nice. And I'm so glad I did because we had a headwind, and even the pilot said it was the longest flight he'd ever had from New York to LA. I feel like I flew to Australia. La La Land. Here I come. I was so happy to get into bed. Alright, I've been dumb. I forgot to video because I've just been having too much fun with Steven and Trev.
Being not really good hosts here.
No, they're being the greatest host, which is why I'm forgetting to video,
All
folks.
right,
But just so you know, I did make it here.
And this is the famous Carrollwood in Bel Air. That's the home that Michael Jackson died in, right behind
really?
us. And we'll do a quick tour.
We just went by Lucille Ball's house,
Yes.
Elton John's house, Charles' house.
Yes. And now we're coming up where a certain singer from Brooklyn, New York lived through most of her
Ball?
career. And that was Miss Barbara Streisand. And her home is that hedge up there.
Which one?
It's the behind the hedge.
Behind the front one
This,
right here?
yeah, the green hedge here. It starts the property. It's look, they tore it down. Look, see the
They tore
thing?
her old house down?
And Sting bought it from her.
Oh.
This was all her property in here. This is where she lived through most of the 80s
So-
and 90s. And
So people pay millions of dollars for hedges.
yes. And this was the Disney estate where Walt and Lillian Disney lived here on the left.
Cool.
Again, another
Yeah, it's just
home you
hedges,
can't
so.
see. That's the gate.
Yeah, Steven and Tripp live in Bel Air. Bel Air?
In Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills.
The
Yes.
poor part. The slums of Beverly Hills, we like to call it. Yeah.
Very nice. Oh, wow.
Look, the crows on top are perfect, Linda. I can't see that.
Oh my god. The witch's house. Actually, it's more like a hobbit or Gandalf would be coming along.
It looks like something out of a habit.
Isn't it cool? It's crazy. That's great. Most of this footage was shot by Keith Rulo, and I want to thank him so much for coming to the show. He didn't want to get in anyone's way, so he was in the back, and then he zoomed in. So it's a bit blurry, but at least it gives you a lot of the show and an idea of what went on. So thank you, Keith.
If you just stay around me, you're going to hear this artist all the time. In fact, I can say that in my career, she's the artist that I have presented more than any other artist. I've worked with hundreds of artists, but Linda's my favorite. Don't tell them.
Thank you so much. Wow. It feels really good to be back. I've been back to work a little bit, but they've all been driving gigs, and you know I love to drive. Can't drive here though, so I had to get on a plane. And we've all been bucking a lot of headwinds to get back to where we are right now. And we did come in here too. I felt like I flew to Australia. Pilot said it was the longest flight he'd ever had from New York to California. I said, of course. I thought it was worth every second to be here. So thank you so much for coming tonight. The show that I've been doing since I come back to work, we had a lot of requests for the Judy Garland songs. As you know me, Judy Garland was a huge influence on my life, so we put together the show. It has a lot of songs that Judy did, not all, but a good chunk. And do you know that this year would have marked Judy's 100th birthday? July? Or June 10th. Yeah, she's 100 years old. So, good time to do it. If you have not, by the way, how many of you have seen me before? And some new people too, I think? Well, if you haven't seen me before, you should know that Judy Garland is the reason I'm up here. Because she influenced me when I was 8 years old. So, doing her songs is very much a way of thanking her and a tribute to her. And she did sing some pretty great songs. The moment I saw him smile, I knew he was just my style. My only regret is we've never met, for I dream of him all the while. But he doesn't know I exist. No matter how I persist. So it's clear to see there's no hope for me. I live at 5135 Kensington Avenue, and he lives at 5133. How can I ignore the boy next door? I love him more than I can see. Doesn't try to please me, doesn't even tease me, and he never sees me glance his way. And though I'm heart sore, boy next door, affection for me won't display. to ignore the boy next door. You made me lie. I didn't wanna do it. I didn't wanna do it. You made me love you, and all the time you knew it. I guess you always knew it. You made me happy sometimes. You made me glad. There were times, dear, you made me feel so bad. You made me sad. I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want to tell you. I think you're right. That's true. Yes, I do. Indeed, I do. You know I do. I can't tell you how I'm feeling. Should have been names. Oh, you know you made me love you. Alright, this is a song. I don't know if Judy sang this. She should probably did. She sang pretty much all the great stuff, right? Yeah. Speaking of great, I happen to work with and have worked with now for so many years. Back before we were either one of us gray. By the way, let's talk about the gray. Can we get it out of the record? Tell you, you know what? I walk around like I did today, and I see women looking at me. And the majority have that look on their face like, you know what? I want to try that. I'm just scared. Right? Don't be scared, ladies. If you don't like it, I don't care. Because I like it. And Dave, you have really nice gray hair as well. This is one of the best bass players in the world, and I am lucky to work with him. David King. Don't know why there's no sun up in the sky. Stormy weather since my man and I together. Keeps raining all the time. Life is bad, gloom and misery everywhere. Stormy weather, just can't get my poor self together. I'm weary all the time. Since you went away, the blues won't tempt me. It stays away. Oh, rocking chair that'll get me. All I do is pray, oh Lord above, and let me walk in the sun once more. Can't go on, everything Shades of night are falling, and I'm lonely, standing on the corner, feeling blue. Sweethearts are for fun, ask me one by one. Guess I'll wind up like I always do, with only me and my shadow strolling down the we're never now. Oh, no one is there, just me and my shadow, all alone and feeling blue. And my strolling down the strolling down the avenue, all I'm Alright, we're going to do a little departure here now. You know, I always like to put in a new song every now and then. And right now we're going to do two. And when I say new, I mean really new. Because we just kind of learned them. And we don't actually really know them. This first one is by someone who I just adore. I think she's an incredible singer and an amazing songwriter, and you all know who she is. And she wrote this when she was like 17 or 18 years old, and I think it's just one of the most beautiful songs. And I've always wanted to do it, so we put it in the show. The lady's name is Sarah Bareilles. Something always brings me back to you. It never takes too long. No matter what I say or do, I still feel you here to the moment I'm gonna change. I never wanted anything so much than to drown in your love and not feel your rain. Set me free, leave me be. I don't wanna fall another moment to your gravity. Here I am, I stand so tall, just the way I'm supposed to be. But you're on to me and over me. Oh, you love me 'cause I'm fragile, and I thought that I was strong. But you touched me for a little while, and all my fragile strength is gone. Set me free, leave me be. I don't wanna fall another moment into your gravity. Here I stand, so tall, just the way I'm supposed to be. You're onto me and over me. I live here on my knees and I try to make you see that you're everything I think I need here on the ground. You're not a friend or foe, no, I can't seem to let you go. And one thing I ask you, Lord, that you're keeping me down. Keeping me down. Yeah. You're onto me, you're onto me. Oh. Something always brings me back to you. It never takes too long. Here's another one. This is a little different style. You know, I'm a country girl. Got a little bit of country feel to it. I think it's a nice song. I hope you like it. And I'm going to get a little help because I need a little help on this one. And this man here, you recognize this guy, right? Let's just give it up for Mr. Boomstitch. Billy is my new musical director. I've had a few over the years. My Billy Stein was wonderful. I love him dearly. We all do. He retired from live performing. But I was scared for like 5 minutes until Billy Stritch stepped in to save me. And he not only does he play the piano, he's a wonderful composer, and he's an amazing singer, so I'm gonna help you with this. When you can't walk and there's chains around your soul, the burden's too heavy and you run out of road, and you praying out loud as you stumble through the rain and snow. I'll walk out in front of you, I'll carry you where you can't speak, 'cause the words are too strong, and every time that you try, it just comes out all wrong. When your heart is screaming out, but no one can hear your song. Oh, I'll sing it for you, I'll carry you, carry you home. depressing. Slit your wrist, depressing. We all love a good sad song. This next one is one of those. But you really couldn't do a Judy Garland show without playing this song. It's one that's really known, you know. This is one though that I think I'd like to drink like 3 margaritas before I sang it. Then I think they would help. Yeah. Can you get a margarita again? How much is vodka, is it? I would bet maybe somebody else there has some in their purse. I gotta tell a story. I have some people here tonight. Obviously, I have some friends here. I'm so glad you came. You're all my friends, but you know what I mean. But I also, my agents up and moved out of New York on me to your part of the world many years ago. So I don't see them as often because, you know, I don't spend as much time out here. But they're here tonight, so I want to acknowledge them. They've been representing me for so long now, taking such good care of me. I've never had a different one. So they're here tonight, Ronnie and David Hart. And David, the reason I actually thought of you at that moment is because when I said something about in a purse, it's because I remember years ago I did a gig. I was early on in my career and I forgot earrings. I just thought, how can I go out on stage without sparkly earrings on? I can't do that. That's impossible. And I told David about it. He went around the room before the show and asked if he could borrow some. And the lady gave him her earrings. And I wore them in the show. Remember that day? They probably went home already. I hear they do that. It was a football game. It wasn't even over. It was leaving. What the hell is that? I know you got traffic, but come on. Dave, you are out there.
Yes!
I know you remember that story. Anyway, this is totally not the mood to do this song, but so yeah, back to depressing. Okay. looking for the man that got away. That got Well, now I got a depressing one again. Who put this order together? This is just a classic song. All around. I do it often in shows, whether the Judy Ginsburg shows or not, because this is one of those classic ones, you know, where just that little bit of magic happens. And the magic of songwriting, it's something that exists, because there are a lot of talented songwriters, and they can write you a good song any day of the week. But to write that great song, that's the magic. It happens once in a while. Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, if you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile, maybe tomorrow you see the sun come shining through. For you, light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Although it's maybe ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find life still worthwhile if you just smile. Before it all goes on, I'm only before the parade passes by. Gotta get in step while there's still time left. I'm ready to move out in front. Life without life has no reason or rhyme left. But the rest of them, the best of them, I'm gonna hold my head up high. I need a goal again. I need a drive again. I wanna feel my heart coming alive again before the parade passes by. Before the parade passes by, I wanna go and take Saturday's high. Before the parade passes by, but I get some life back into my life. Need a move out in front. Ain't enough of just passing by. The rest of them, the best of them, can hold my head up high. For I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna drive again. I'm gonna feel my heart coming alive again before the parade passes by. So that hear that grass hardly grows. When the parade passes by, gonna be in my spirit is showing. There's a light over there, seems to be telling me where I'm going. The whistles blow, and the cymbals crash, and the sparklers light the sky. I'm gonna raise the roof, I'm gonna carol on in the old time, before the parade, before the I feel relieved, because I'm a crybaby. So when this stuff's going on in the world and certain songs just kind of hit you, and it's not fun when you want to cry. What I do when I feel like I'm going to cry, this is my secret, I count the lights. Yeah. I only had to do that 3 times so far in the show. So okay, well, if you've never seen me before, and you're still kind of wondering, who is she? Where did she come from? Well, I'm kind of known for Broadway, even though I only did one Broadway show. I guess it made a little bit of an impact. It was a pretty good show. And I got to sing some really nice songs. And this one has sort of become my theme song. I peer through windows, watch life go by, dream of tomorrow, and wonder why the past is holding, keeping life at bay. I try. But if someone like you found someone like me, then suddenly nothing would ever be the same. My heart would take wing, and I'd feel so alive if someone like you found me. so honored to be working with. Thank you so much. You really are quite incredible, and it's really fun to do a Judy Garland tribute with you because, you know, among the many credits that you have, Billy was Liza Minnelli's musical director for 25 years. 1 year separation. You play so beautifully. It's just magical. Magical. And we're going to be singing more songs together because it's great, right? Yeah. Billy Stretch. Thank you all. You've been incredible. So thank you so much for coming out tonight. And like I said, it's been a long time, but boy, you made it so worthwhile. You made it. Thank you. This one. Please no. You're so fired. Watching the rain fall in Vienna, pictures of another time, from the corner of a small cafe, we watch the world go by. Now we sit here, the best of strangers. We play the game for all it's worth. Endless nights in Vienna's eyes. Take me back again. 'Cause in Vienna we watch. Yes, in Vienna love was alive. Watching you, watching me, all that eyes could see. All of the nights we chased into the dawn was the best time of my life. We can't surrender to fear. The dance belongs to yesterday. Yet I still hear Vienna song. Take me back again. there, there's a pile of quarters, which you couldn't see, because you couldn't see much. Thank you. That's for an animal shelter that we collect called Pets Alive. It's a no-kill animal shelter, so that's where it goes if you got a quarter or a $50 bill or anything. Seriously, folks, thank you for being here. It's a long way to come, and I don't like flying, and sometimes I just feel like a little old lady. I should stay home on my farm these days. So, it's worth coming though, because you're so incredible. Thank you very much, every one of you. And also, I have some very dear friends here, Stephen and Tripp. I also have another friend, Keith. Thank you very much for coming. And everyone who's here, what I don't even know is here because I can't see, but I can feel you. All right, well, I always close with this song, so don't shout out any other songs, because I ain't gonna do it. This is what I always end with, and it's because this is the song that is the reason I'm up here in the first place. Well, hearing it for the first time changed my life, rewired my brain. It's like, I want to do that. I want to do that. And, I've always kind of felt Judy's presence when I sing. It's just kind of always there, especially when I've done Carnegie Hall. I did that 4 times. Every time I've been in that building, it's so synonymous with her, because that's my favorite album, is Judy live at Carnegie Hall. Anyway, I never got to meet you in person, but this is my way of saying thank you. Some people, that's not the right note, is it? It is? I'm better than I thought. You sure? So, he's so creative, but the thing is, I tell you, I'm loving working with him because I feel like I'm growing. He plays things that I've never quite heard that are so voiced so beautifully, so it's teaching me to kind of, I want to say this because it's really true. It's teaching me to phrase and connect for an old broad like me that's been doing this for this long. It really feels good to stretch and to learn and to have you lead me down paths I wouldn't have thought of in the past, seriously. But every now and then he's so hip that he just throws me, I don't know where that is. I was on it? I have no idea. Just give me again my note, please, Maestro. I swear I did not drink a margarita when I'm like that. Some people looking for the sunshine. I was looking for the rain. Some people make wings sometime. I never even make again. Believe me, I'm chasing rain. Waiting to find a little in way up high, there's a land that I heard of in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dream a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Where troubles melt like lemon drops, away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. I know I'm making this song because, you know, it's not my place to talk about politics. I never do. Like all of you, we've lived through so much in the last few years, and then for it to have what looks like World War III starting in Europe, it's a little bit overwhelming. And this song is always hard whenever there's something in the world going on, and there's always something going on in the world. We get through one thing, and sure enough, here it comes again. And I know that's the way the life is. It goes in waves, but this is one wave we don't want. So, once this happens to me, I don't know if I can really finish it, but I love you, so thank you.
Vacuuming up after the show. I'm a vlogger now, don't you know? It's wide. We could have walked right in. Instead, we walked all the way around the building. No. Yeah, and we did the exact same thing last time we were here. We told him. He said, "You need to change that sign."
No.
Look how pretty
The yard's not
this.
that
Look at
pretty
this
right now.
backyard, folks.
Hey, little baby.
Hey, Maddie.
Hey, mountain dog. You want to show us how it's done?
I feel bad to leave behind the flowers in the sunshine.
You just have to be careful.
I got to get a little morning workout, so.
Yeah. 66 steps.
Okay.
And really watch your step here.
Here you go. Look at that view.
And you can lay out there. That's the nude sunbathing right there.
Yeah.
Nobody sees you.
No one can see you.
Except for the deer do walk up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful out right now. Why aren't we out here? What a backyard. Dum, 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 dum. It is March 3rd, which means it is 1 week to the day that Putin invaded Ukraine. As you see by that last bit of video, I could not make it to the very end of Over the Rainbow during my Irvine Barkley concert. I can't make it through that song whenever anything bad or sad or tragic is happening to me or somewhere else in the world, and what's happening right now is all three of those things. I'm sure, like all of you, I cannot believe what I'm watching on TV. I feel guilty when I go to bed at night, when I crawl into a warm bed in a relatively safe environment, and I feel guilty. The worst part is feeling like I can't do anything. I want to help and I can't. I don't know how. It's human nature, I think, to want to help. And I don't know how. I keep thinking about bravery and what it really means to be brave. Bravery is not the absence of fear. It's what we do in the face of fear. And I have never in my life witnessed such bravery that I am seeing every day on the TV by the people of Ukraine as they fight for their country. Never seen anything like it. If you've been on my Facebook pages, you may have seen the image that I put up, which is the very small yellow Ukraine and the very large red Russia in a map of the world with David and Goliath. I added the David and Goliath part. That picture itself was originally by Kuhn Schutz. It's a wonderful, wonderful man. He put that out on Instagram, I think. And the words on it were something about just, to the effect of, here's the reality. And I thought the image of it was so striking that I borrowed that and I put the David and Goliath part. And I put it on my Facebook pages. And, all of you are so eloquent and elegant and thoughtful and kind in your remarks. But every now and then there's someone who just makes me shake my head. And one happened today that made me angry. And I took it off. I don't do that very often, but I took this one off. It's by a woman. I don't remember her name even. I don't know who you are, but she basically put the old stupid line of fake news. And it made me so angry. And how anyone could be so stupid as to think that what you're seeing on TV is fake news. I don't care what channel you're watching. You see a 65-year-old woman, with other women tying together camouflage netting to help out and then speaking and crying, and you think it's fake news. You would have to be the a better actor than any actress that's ever won the Academy Award, better than Meryl Streep, better than anyone you could possibly name for that to be fake news. I mean, it just made me angry. Fake news is lying to your country and not allowing freedom of the press. And now you see the aftermath of that. Fortunately, there hasn't been too much of that, just that one post. But if I see anything like that again, I'm taking it down. It's not what it's about, folks. It's about a democratic country being run over by another one, period. And why it hits home even harder for me is half of my relatives live in Austria, and they're afraid. They're 300 miles away from what is going on. And it's a different reality. My generation has grown up feeling secure, and now it doesn't feel like we are. And it's all because of nuclear weapons and a madman named Putin. It just so happens that for the last few weeks I've been interested in playing chess again, and Jake loves to play chess, and now it's what I'm seeing on TV happening, between the US and NATO allies and Russia and China. It all just seems like a political chess game, and it's scary. It's just scary. I don't know the purpose of my little ramble here on the end, and I put it on the end purely so that you could shut it off if you don't want to watch it. It has to do, I know, with my fear, the hurt I feel for what the people of Ukraine and the pawns who are being used in Russia, all the Russian soldiers, especially the ones who didn't even know what they were getting into, by the sounds of it. And my frustration that, again, I don't know what to do. One thing I always think about is, I know there are a lot of Russian Americans, and I always wonder, do you call home and do you talk to your families and do you tell them what's actually going on? And doesn't word of mouth get around that way? Are they so brainwashed they don't believe it? I don't know. I think the young people, I think they know. It's that older generation that's been brainwashed for so long. I don't know, folks. I don't know what else to say. I just felt like I had to say something. You know, it's that same feeling I get when I get up on a stage and have a microphone in my hand and I'm standing in front of an audience and there's something major going on in the world. People, you know, entertainers, we get slammed for saying things. It's not your job to talk about politics. You just shut up and sing. That's the big line, right? Shut up and sing. Forget you're a human. Forget that you have empathy. Forget that you're worried. Shut up and sing. And I do that for the most part. Maybe it's always been this way. But maybe it's just a whole lot worse. But it feels like nobody allows anyone to have an opinion anymore about anything. Talking to people in a mixed group is like walking through a minefield these days. You don't know the one thing you might say that might set somebody off, and it's not a good place to be. But this is my little YouTube channel, and I can say whatever I want here, and you don't have to watch it. And maybe some of you agree with me. So that's all I have. As you see, my energy level is very low. I didn't really even want to make a vlog. I had a hard time just getting up the energy to do this, to make the vlog. I didn't even want to do the concert. I flew out there and I didn't sleep well because I flew out the day before, which was the 24th, the day this all started, and actually it was, you know, the evening before, technically. And I could not fall asleep because as I was about to shut the TV off to go to sleep, knowing I had to fly the next day, then all of a sudden the shelling started. And of course I watched for several hours and then tried to go to sleep. Good luck. And then when I get on an airplane, there's something about being on an airplane and looking out over the earth makes you a little bit more introspective, even more so, I think. And then this all happened, and I just got very emotional about halfway across the country up in the plane and thinking, it doesn't even feel right to do a show. But I guess that's what music is for, right? It's to help. Just let us forget for a little while. I guess that is my job. So, but coming back home, it was very much hard to just sit down and focus on this. But so I don't know if this is one of my better vlogs or not, but I hope you've enjoyed it. The people at Irvine Barkley for the show, you guys were all amazing, so thanks so much for coming. And thank you for being there for me at the end when I lost it. You were all very, very nice and supportive. And of course, Billy Stritch helped me to close out the song. But life goes on, at least for... Anyway, tomorrow is another day. Even though waking up every morning the last week has been stressful, and you wonder what it's going to be when you turn on that TV, but tomorrow, as Scarlett O'Hara would say, tomorrow is another day. Anyone who is lucky enough to wake up for another tomorrow is lucky indeed. Signing off. Right now, Russian forces have encircled and are firing on a Ukrainian nuclear plant. If that isn't the definition of insanity, then I don't know what is.